before I forget, there is a secret here that we forgot about earlier. Okay, what you want to do, it's not that hard. You just want to climb around this area. It's going to be on the higher part of this place, so not that difficult. I'm really happy that I didn't forget it. I figured it out. If only I could see where I was going. If only I could see where I was going. That'd be nice, game. I apologize for the darkness in these videos, because there's not much I can do with that without making the video kind of look like bad. Without the video kind of looking like bad. But yeah, that's something that's a little bit on the unfortunate side about this game. It's like, I do get why some areas just look super dark in games and things like that. A lot of it's due to the low polygon count, and they don't want to, like, make things, like, too graphically detailed and things like that. But come on, how much memory is that actually saving you? But, for now, we did the thing. We got the secret, and it's shiny, and it's amazing. So now we're going to be going over this way to activate the switch again. Except it's already activated, never mind. So, with all that taken care of, now that we have the secret, and now that the water level has been raised and stuff like that, now it's time to continue conquering our destiny! So you want to go back over towards that one room where there really wasn't much for us to do in the area because the water level was lowered and things like that. So let's head back over in that direction and continue on our merry way through our path of glory. Now we're going over here, and there's a switch right here. Or excuse me, it's a lever. Alright, fine, we'll take care of it. Never mind! The game doesn't know what it wants me to do. Activate the thing, but pulling the switch and climbing on the level, climbing onto the ledge are the same buttons, so I wasn't sure what it wanted me to do, and then knocked me back in the water. It's like, game, what do you want me to do with my life? Well, taking care of that opens up the pathway to the final key. But I don't feel like collecting it immediately. I'd rather waste everybody's time collecting the stuff we don't need. I mean, isn't that kind of like the mindset with most collectors and things like that? Like, it's kind of like a deep thought, but really, do you really need anything that you collect in life? Because, like, I collect video games and things like that, but chances are I'm not going to be able to finish most of them and things like that. But it's still pretty fun to collect games. I don't know if I'll ever go for, like, an entire collection or anything like that. Like, I don't see myself ever trying to get, like, every Wii game out there or anything like that. But it's still fun to collect and stuff. I eventually do want to try to get every Tomb Raider game at some point. Because, like, this is one of my favorite video game series of all time and stuff. So it would be nice to try. I don't know if I'll be able to do it, though. This area over here. I warned you earlier not to go into this room yet. And the big reason why is because if you go into this room while the water level is lowered, yeah, there's a spiky trap. But there's kind of an oversight with that too. Because there's a specific sweet spot you can trigger where if you land there, you fall between the spikes and you're still alive. But there's no way you can get out of there because the ledges are too high for you to jump out of. So you kind of get stuck there. So yeah, you probably don't want to do that. But now that we've gotten everything in the level, now we can head onwards and finish this horrible, horrible place. Even though it's still one of my favorite levels in the entire Tomb Raider series. It's just so cool because, man, like, lowering and raising the water level to get to new areas, that's like one of my favorite mechanics that video games will do and things like that. That's a big reason why the Great Bay Temple is one of my favorite Zelda dungeons of all time, and I don't care what anyone says. Great Bay Temple is awesome. But What's also awesome... Never mind. I was trying to do the funny. Yay, we're doing the funny! Yay! I could just do this forever.
12 seconds later.
Just browsing on the MySpace. Man, I can't believe that came back after all this time. What's on the news? Ooh, Pancake just became president.
Many months later.
The trick is to tell them stories that don't go anywhere. Like the time I caught the ferry over to Shelbyville. I need a new heel for my shoe. So, I decided to go to Morganville, which is what they called Shelbyville in those days. So I tied an onion to my belt, which was the style at the time. Now, to take the ferry cost a nickel, and in those days, nickels had pictures of bumblebees on them. Give me 5 bees for a quarter, they'd say. Now, where was I? Alright, the important thing was, I had an onion on my belt, which was the style at the time. They didn't have the white ones because of the war, so I had to get the big yellow ones.
1 eternity later.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end. What have I done? Well, after that little adventure, let's continue onwards. So we'll continue over here, and ooh, there's a lunchbox. Lunchboxes are yummy. Now, I've been told you put the food inside them, but I don't think that's the case. I think that's the lunchbox itself that's edible. That's clearly how that works, right? So we'll continue on over there, and yeah, that's pretty fun. And now that we've taken care of all that, you'd think that's where the level would end, but no, it continues on for just a little bit. But what I will say, this part right here, that's definitely going to be the thumbnail for this video. Like, you already know it when you clicked on the video and stuff like that, but this is something that kind of comes to mind every now and then whenever I play through. Wait.
No.
Where are we missing one? Where are we missing one? We got them both right. What? Where are we missing a key? I know I picked up this key. I know I picked up this key. What? That happened on the failed recording too. I forgot to pick up the key. It was a bit of a different situation though because the water level hadn't been risen yet. But that is a pain. That was a mild inconvenience, and I'm going to complain about it for the rest of eternity. Except I won't, because I already did that joke in this video. So, now that we have the second key, joy to the world, we're playing Tomb Raider. And we now have the stupid key. Yeah, well, back to what I was saying a moment ago. It's funny because playing games nowadays, there's like a moment that'd be like really cool and things like that, and I think, ooh, that'd be a really cool thumbnail if I ever make videos on this game. But yeah, you'd think that'd be where the level ends, but no, it kind of continues on for a little bit longer. I think in the game's code, they did end up splitting off this level and in the next one into 2 separate levels. They did that with a couple levels throughout the game, but it kind of seems like where they split them off at should have been just a little bit further, or something like that, or a little bit sooner, because it feels like this would have been the perfect starting point for the next level. I'm not sure. I'm not a big fan of that. There's also a random monkey right there. And let's continue over here. We're gonna leave that monkey just sitting there minding its own business. Now, on the field recording, this is really sad, but on the field recording, there are 2 lions over here. And what happened was that after I defeated one of them, the other one just kind of like stayed near the other one just kind of stayed near the other line and just kind of like died next to it. It was really tragic and it made me sad. Unfortunately, the footage for that is lost because I deleted the recording for that. Before we go any further though, there is something here that really bugs me. Do not activate the switch yet, and when you open up this block, the tunnel that's behind it, that's going to be the end of the level. But there's something else I'd like to demonstrate first though. This isn't like a secret or anything, so it's not required, but it does require us to move a block in place, and darn it, I am going to make use of this opportunity to move a block, because that is always my favorite part of this game. Always. So this isn't required for a secret or anything. Instead, we just go up here and, oh wow, a singular launch box. That was what my entire life had been building up towards, and that is something that I can kind of live with. Oh boy. So yeah, over here there's a bunch of lions. I think what the point of... Would you get out of here? Of course you're aiming for the lions that are down there rather than right next to you. See how this game works. So that's something out of the ordinary. So I think the point of this was to give you a vantage point against the lions down there, because if you activate the switch, then it will do stuff and things like that. There's not a point to this room beyond that, though. So that begs the question, what is the point of it? This has been bugging me for the longest time. What is the point of it? Because, literally, you just open up the switch and it's kind of like a trap. Because the gate will open and then the lions will come out, but you can just come up here. So if you're going after all the kills and stuff like that, like there's really no point to going up there. Like literally the only point is maybe like the two rats and the lunchbox and stuff, but this is like, this rubs me the wrong way so much. And it's really a pain, it's a real shame that such a good level has to end on this note. But it just bugs me so much. Okay, here we go. Okay. The rest of the level is awesome. I'm not too fond of the last couple of rooms. I do think these could have been where the next level started instead, but c'est la vie. I don't care about the last line. I'm just gonna get out of here. But yeah, awesome level. Not fun of how it ends, but other than that, it's super awesome. One of my favorites in the entire Tomb Raider series. So thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Tomb Raider, and next time, Lady Gator to you. Oh yeah.